Hi, I'm Miss Denise Wey, W-E-Y. I'm so excited to share these colored pencil lessons with you. But before we begin, I want to encourage you to pay close attention to this lesson so that you get the most out of it. Layering in colored pencil is all about pencil pressure and patience. You can't do it right if you hurry or if you change your pencil pressure. Try to also relax your hand so it doesn't cramp up. Maybe take short breaks and stretch your arms and shoulders too. Kind of like this, every once in a while. Just take a little break, stretch your shoulders and arms and your neck, and make sure that, because you're holding pencils, your hands are like this all the time, so push your hands like this, the opposite way. It just helps stretch different muscles so you don't get cramps. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Welcome to Colored Pencil Magic. We are going to see how we can layer pencils, burnish with our colored pencils, and do tints and shades, and blend the colors to make new colors. First, I want you to make a color chart. You have your 12 colors. Here we go. I just made up names for them and wrote them down. And I'm going to show you how to do a color chart. You have 12 colors. And what you see here is you see 3 values of color. So this color is one hue, yellow. But the hue is broken down into 3 values. That means we've got a light yellow, a medium yellow, and a more saturated yellow. So more intense yellow and a less intense and a very faded yellow. They are all yellow, and they are not tinted and shaded. That's just straight yellow, but different values. And I created that by how much pressure I used with my pencil. And I'm going to show you how to layer your colors on like that, okay? So you have a printout so you can make your own color chart, but if you have a ruler, you can do it yourself. You don't have to use this. The first thing I want to talk about is layering. That's actually the first thing to learn about using colored pencils. Look at this here for a moment with me. This is an example of 1 layer of red, 2 layers of red, and 4 layers of red. Each layer is the same color, it was just red, but look at the 3 different values. When you layer, you should try to layer evenly and not have a lot of light and a lot of dark all in spotty. It should be fairly even. The next thing you'll learn after layering is blending the colors, but you have to get good at layering to do blending well. Here's an example. These were layered with yellow first. 1 even coat of yellow everywhere. Then the sphere, just like when you shaded the sphere with just black and white pencil, remember we shaded the sphere? You work in a circular motion, almost getting a half moon shape, and you layer your green on. And you do this lightly. Then you go back over it on the other side and you layer your yellow on a little heavier in a half moon shape. And then you just keep building with your layers. Okay? Same with these, only different colors. Layering is done with light pressure. I'm going to show you how to layer. Okay? I like to layer, again, with the second position of the pencil, but you can also layer with the first position. If you have more control and it feels more comfortable, by all means, use this position. If you like to do things a little faster and you have good control, go ahead and layer with the second position. Now, at any moment, I don't want to forget what I'm doing and press too hard. Okay, I want when you layer, you want a nice even coat. So I'm going to show you about that. I'm going to go this way too. And I'm going to fill in using the pencil with the number 1 position now. You can also layer in circular motions like this. That works too. So there's a nice color of orange, but maybe you want it darker. Let's put another layer over here on this one. Make it a little darker. I'm pressing a little harder. Oh, I've just got a more saturated orange. See that? Same orange. Let's layer green. Always do a light coat with your first layer, please, because, well, you'll learn. If you don't, you'll learn to do a light coat, because it just gets you there better. It just all happens better if you just take your time. It's really fun and relaxing. I just love coloring in things. But when I color in, I like blending my colors and using shades and highlights and making things look 3D too. So there's green that's layered and it's pretty evenly applied. And now I'm going to lay 2 coats on this one. I'm going to start going just a little heavier. Whoop, oh, that's 2 coats. Now I'm going to go for 3. You notice I turn the paper a lot. Well, that's just me, because it helps me get into areas that I can't reach better. I can't really go like that so much, you know. But if I turn my paper, I can keep my hand the same direction. Just turn the paper. So there's kind of a nice even, while I'm making it nice and I'm making it even, I'm fixing it up. There, I'm trying to fill in some of the holes, but there's a more saturated green, and there's a first layer and about 3 or 4 layers over here. Okay? So just so we remember, this is 1 layer, and this is about 4 layers. 1, 4. Don't forget to relax your hand and take short rests. Stretch your hands and arms and fingers. Now we're going to blend some colors, okay? See what we've got. We've done a little bit of this with the tertiary color wheel, but right now I want to make a color. A couple of my favorite colors to blend are the pink and the sky blue. Let's see what happens when we mix pink and sky blue. So I'm going to layer some pink. Again, remember, nice even coat. Very important. See how right now it's darker over here? I'm going to fix that. Should be even. And sometimes you have to turn your pencil, and sometimes you have to sharpen it. You can't just keep going. If your pencils need sharpening, you need a sharpener close at hand. So there's 1 coat of pink. Now I'm going to lay a coat of sky blue on there. I'm not making it any more pressure than I laid the pink. But I want it even. That's one thing for sure. I won't settle for spotty and uneven unless that's the look I'm going for. There might be times I'm going for that look. So that's kind of purple. Let's see what they look like alone. There's pink. And here's blue. And this is what they make. I can change that. I'm going to show you right now, just on half of it. If I wanted to, I could make it richer and darker. I could change it up. Check what happens. See, I just made another whole nother color I don't have. So with these two colors, I've made this and I made that. Actually, let's make one more color or tone. On the end, I'm going to add blue again. I'm pressing harder this time, almost what's called burnishing. Okay, so now I've made 3 colors from those 2 colors. See that? Now you try it. Layer your colors, try layering, and when you come back, we're going to learn about burnishing. Burnishing. Burnishing is like polishing. It smooths and intensifies colors. If you burnish with white, it will brighten or lighten colors. If you burnish with your same main color, you're going to also polish your color heavily. In other words, just use like I did. When I was using my red, I just pressed harder, and that's how you burnish using your main color. When you lay on darker colors, use a darker color to burnish. I want you to experiment and try things. That's how you discover things. But I want to first show you how to burnish. Burnishing is only done after you layer like we did. We layered, remember? So if I was doing a red, and I lay down a layer of red that's not consistent. In other words, it's just kind of like, let's just say I laid my red in like this, okay? That is so not ready for burnishing. This is what's ready for burnishing. I'm going to show you how you lay it in, like we showed you all up here. You lay it in, layer it in carefully, and just do layer and layer after layer, even and smooth. You know, I'm going to show you burnishing with white here. So I'm going to do one more layer in here. I wanted to show you 3 different things here. Actually, I should have just done it all the way across. I'm trying to get it even. Takes a little, see, it takes time and work. But this is fun kind of work. I'm fixing it up where I see it needs it. I'm not fixing this part up. This is the part I want you to see where it doesn't look so good. Now, when you burnish, not only do you need the layer to be smooth and even, but you need enough color applied. So now I'm going to apply a lot more color before I burnish here. Because this is a little too light to burnish, and you're going to see why. Just for fun, we're going to burnish with white right now. Remember that white will brighten and lighten your colors. Now here's the part that I said isn't really prepared to burnish, but we're going to do it anyway. In burnishing, you're going to press a little harder, right? So this is what burnishing is. You see how it evens things out? But because I didn't lay my pencil layer in evenly, it's not even. I do like the effect for some things, it's just not perfect for burnishing. Now let's see if I have enough color laid in for burnishing here. What will happen? You know, it's not too bad. I've got kind of, notice how it says burnishing with white will brighten your colors. Look how burnishing with white made almost a light reddy pink. Let's try burnishing here where I think I laid in even more and smoother application of red. Well, yes, that looks pretty good. I don't know what I like the best. I think I like this the best. So remember when you burnish that it's best done after layering well, okay? And your layers are evenly applied. Let's try burnishing with a dark color over a dark color. So I'm going to do a dark color, like say blue. Ooh. Get my color even. Do some over here. Okay. First I'm going to burnish with white over the blue, but right now I have an orange tip on my pencil. So I'm going to just get rid of the orange off my pencil because it's going to make it orange. There. I'm going to burnish over the blue with white and see how we get kind of a sky blue, beautiful sky blue. Well, look at how much my hand is tensed up to burnish. You really do have to rest your hands when you burnish. So that's burnishing with white. Now let's burnish with a darker color. I wonder what would happen if I burnished, ooh, forget about the darker color, just had an eye, ooh, yeah, let's do brown. I'm going to burnish my blue with brown. First, I'm going to put the brown down. Oh my goodness, look at how dark that color is. It's like a, it's like dark soil. I like that. Well, see, I put brown over the blue. I'm going to burnish with blue now. See what color I get. Oh, I love that color. It's like water or something. Oh, that is a beautiful color. Do you see? Okay, I'm just going to show you one more time. Look at the colors we just got that aren't in this 12 set. My goodness, that is beautiful. Okay, now you try blending your colors, blend some colors, experiment, be like a perceptual scientist, try things, see what works, what doesn't work. You can't fail. Try burnishing too. Your turn. Now we're going to explore tints and shades. Tints and shades are when you add white and black to your colors. Shades are when you add black. Tints are when you add white. We kind of did that a little bit already, but I want to show you what they kind of look like. So tints and shades, to tint you add white. So these are all the same colors laid down in one smooth layer. And I tinted this layer with white. I left this little layer peeking through and I burnished this layer with the actual color of each one, just to show you the difference. To shade, you add black. So I put an even layer of color down, and then I very lightly went over the colors with black, and then I left the color like this, and then I kind of did the color a little stronger there, kind of burnished. Sometimes you have to do many repetitions. So here we go. This is how the colors got tinted with white, and this is the colors that got shaded with black. We're going to try some, okay? So here's green. I'm going to put a layer of green down. I'm going to add white. Nice. And now I'm going to add black. I have to be careful. You have to press with very little pressure when you're adding the black. It'll get dark so fast. So now it kind of looks like, I'm not sure what color, so I'm going to go over it again with green, another layer, lightly, but heavier than I was pressing with black. I'm going to go over it a little more with black, a little more with green. Okay, so there's the green in between. This is the very green we used. And this is with white, and this is with black. I want you to explore, discover, and invent. Play with your colors. See how many you can make. And sometimes, depending on the color you want to make, you must repeat the layers. So I want you to make yourself a color chart. I always do this. Every time I get a set of pencils of any kind, or a set of markers of any kind, or even a set of paints, I always make myself a color chart so I know what I have to work with. Now, the color chart that I made has 12 colors and 3 values. This is a very strong saturation, a medium saturation, and very pale. So I'm just going to show you, and you've already seen me show you how to layer, but I just want you to watch, see how to do it, okay? So what I do is when I do a color chart is I put an even color, an even layer of color in my area. I hope I don't make you dizzy with me turning my sketchbook so much. Now I'm trying to perfect my evenness. And again, it's not perfect. I just mean get it a little better. There. So I've got pretty even coat of orange there. Right? So what I want you to do, if you don't have to do it like this if you don't want to, okay? But there's my super light orange. Now in the middle, I am going to put a second coat, maybe even a third coat. I want to see what will happen when I lay more color down, and I like it. And in this other area, I'm going to burnish. Whoa, then I see how intense I can get my orange, see? So there's a couple variations. So when you do your color chart, and you've seen me layer, you've seen me burnish, I think you know what to do. I'm going to show you about gray, and that's it. But when you layer, to get the 3 values, light, medium, and dark, You layer lightly and evenly, layer 2 times lightly and evenly for here, or maybe even 3, and this time you burnish with pressure. Now, one of the colors you have in your set is white. You're not going to see white, so you don't need a spot for white. I like black. The black spot is pretty good. So I'm going to lay the black down. We're almost at the end of our lesson. And you'll probably have to make your color chart when you're feeling fresh, because you did a lot today so far. But there it goes. So I've got my black. Again, just like I did the orange, I'm going to press, just a little more pressure, and I'm going to do a couple times up and down to get that black a little darker. And then this over here is when I'm going to press really hard and burnish the black. Right? And over here, now this you could use for grays. Some people like a lot of grays when they do art, and you can get even more values. You can do this, so there's like 9 values from light. You can get lighter than this. You can get in between any of these colors, but let's just check out what happens when we put white and black together. Okay, so I'm going to put the black down super light. Oh yeah, really, really light. Really important not to press too hard here. But again, it's important to do it even. Okay, there we go. So over here, I'm going to put a second, again, just like over here, and lay that black on just a little darker here. And over here, it's going to be laid even darker. Now I'm going to burnish with white. These look the same so far, but check out what happens when you burnish with white. All of a sudden you get a true gray, because what's happening is the colors are mixing. That's why they're blending. Yeah? So now here's kind of a mid-tone gray. All right? And this is going to be a very dark gray. It's true. It's a very dark gray. Okay, so on your color chart, have fun, do some things, and make me proud. This was a longer lesson today, so you might need to take your time to finish it. Maybe start fresh. Do your color chart later. Hopefully you're enjoying your 12 set of Crayola colored pencils. Please make yourself that color chart. It's so helpful. And explore and discover color combinations. Layer and burnish with them, and try making tints and shades. You'll be amazed at how many different colors and tones you get with just 12 pencils. It's been a lot of fun being with you these last 8 drawing classes. And we have many more lessons for you coming up with other artist teachers. You will love the lessons, so bye for now.